Right, good morning all. Welcome to day 5, our final day of the Cumbria Way. Just leaving Caldbeck and heading along the river for a nice little 15-mile stroll to Carlisle. So here we go. See you in a bit. Right, there's Caldbeck behind us. Just in front of us here is the farm where I camped last night, and we're now looking back up towards High Peak there, covered in cloud. That's where we come over the top of there yesterday, descended to Caldbeck. But onwards towards Carlisle. Right guys, just a quick update. Got down through the woods and that, across some fields to Brow Top, where there's a bridge near Serbingham or something like that, and the official footpath crosses the bridge, goes up over the hill and comes back down. However, there's a sign saying that the next bridge, where we cross back over this side of the river, Bell Bridge, was washed away in the floods and no longer exists. So we're having to take the road. However, there's not a big sign saying road closed. So luckily I saw some locals walking the dog, and they said nope, it's fine to walk down the road and continue on down this side. Because the detour for the Cumbria Way, when you get to Bell Bridge, sorry, basically takes you up over the hills, along roads, and drops down. That adds about 3 miles to the actual route. So this is the best option. The lady also advised that the actual footpath from Dalston downwards towards Carlisle, part of that section has actually been closed due to the flooding, and they're actually doing repairs. So it may be that the actual path is shut and we might not actually be able to complete the route all the way to Carlisle. But I suppose we'll just continue on, and then when we get to Dalston, I'm camping at Dalston tonight anyway, and getting the train in the morning. But if we can't continue after Dalston, then we'll just have an early day and dry the tent out, which is rather wet from this morning, and have a nice relaxing afternoon on the campsite. Go to the pub, get something to eat, nice shower, shave, and try and get organised and everything dried out, ready to go home in the morning. But right, well, I'll give you an update a bit further on. Hopefully we'll make Carlisle, but we'll see what happens when we get to Dalston. So catch up with you again shortly. Right guys, well, this is Bell Bridge, well, what's left of it. So basically we should have come down the other side on the footpath, crossed over the bridge, but it's not really much left of the bridge. Like the locals said, it's a long detour if you go that way and up over the top. So we've come down the road to this point, and it's only about sort of 3/4 mile, and then we rejoin the official Cumbria Way from here, and we will then continue on. So yep, old road closed, and catch up with you again in a bit then. Right, the next obstacle, guys. Not easy, the big pack. Not the first one today, but let's try and duck under and get out the other side. Right, quite a lot of work going on here, guys, from the damage from the floods. As you can see, building up the banks of the river all the way down through, and it appears from the signs that we are diverting the footpaths. There's a new bridge being built up there. Looks like it replaced an older bridge, and they have slightly diverted the footpath in the field to looks like it's just to avoid the works, and basically looks like they're creating a new path following the flooding. So we will continue. Hey, one brand new shiny bridge, look, hey, to go over. Right. Right folks, we made it to Bog Bridge. This is where the diversion, if we were taking it, would have rejoined the Cumbria Way. So I've currently done about 5.25 miles, something like that, from Caldbeck. So just kind of a quick rest, a little bit of a drink and that, and then we'll press on towards Dalston. So catch up with you again in a little bit. Right guys, and on we go. So far today, Bog Bridge is now behind us. I basically had the entire Cumbria Way to myself. Been quite nice, a couple of locals walking their dog, things like that, but I've just noticed leaving Bog Bridge that behind me in the field coming across is a couple of walkers. I believe it's the few people I saw yesterday. I saw a number of people on the route yesterday, but I think it is one of them. Here we go, through style. These are not easy when you got right big pack on. Right, going through. Oh, right. Just get out the other side. Here you go. So I've done just over 5 miles today so far from Caldbeck. For some reason last night I didn't sleep very well. No idea why. It's only me on the campsite place, so I have a feeling it was because the ground seemed to be on a sort of slight slope to one side, and I just kept rolling off off the roll mat basically. So kept waking myself up doing that, but the old legs are definitely feeling it today after 2 long days climbing out of Langdale and Burrowdale, and then yesterday climb up from Keswick to Skiddaw, and then again up to Lingy Hut with this heavy pack. The legs are definitely feeling it, so I'm gonna go as far as I can. Like I said, camping in Dalston tonight, so I'm not sure if I shall if the footpath is open or not, but we'll keep plodding and see how far we get. And so I'll catch up with you a little bit, but it is a struggle today. Catch up with you shortly. Right guys, just made it to Rose Bridge. A little bit awkward, the stiles now. Basically you've got to lift the pack, take your pack off, lift the pack through, then get through yourself and then put it all back on again. Just behind me, you might be able to see if I pan around, is Rose Castle. But my feet are very wet. Through the woods and the long grass this morning was very wet, and I've got very soggy boots, I think wet feet. The walkers I saw back at the previous bridge. They've only got, they were staying in Caldbeck last night, but they're B&B in, and they've just gone on ahead. The group of 3 that I saw yesterday, and others apparently called it a day in Caldbeck and arranged transport from there to Carlisle. So they've decided not to walk the last bit. But to be honest, it's fairly, first bit out of Caldbeck's a bit hilly, but after that it's fairly flat and level along the river. Although after the last couple of days of all the scenery in the mountains, it is like a little stroll really across fields, and it is getting to the point now where it's just, it seems field after field after field, and next to the river. So it is starting to, after the last couple of days and the highlights, it is starting to become more of a challenge, a little bit less motivation when it's just fields, to be honest. No scenery and no real sort of mountain scenery and stuff to look at. But anyway, just keep plodding, and we'll get as far as I get. But if I do decide at Dalston that my feet and that are killing me too much, considering a group have already dropped out, several groups have already dropped out at Caldbeck, and I won't feel so bad. So I'll catch up with you again in a bit. Still plodding. Right, hopefully behind me you can see the hills. That's High Peak where we come over, where I come over yesterday, and just below is Caldbeck. So just sees how far we've actually come today already. Although my feet and legs are aching. But hopefully you can see that in the distance. Just give you an idea of how far, let's say, we've travelled today. So catch up with you again in a bit. Right people, finally made it to Dalston. Absolutely shattered, feet are killing me. I've got 4 miles to do to Carlisle, but I just don't have the energy left today. So, and I'm getting the train from here tomorrow. So the tent's all set up, drying out. I don't think it helped the fact that it was packed away last night, absolutely soaking. Just added quite a bit of weight to it. So it's nicely drying out now. So I don't think, I say, considering a lot of people dropped out at Caldbeck, place like that, I don't think I've done bad, considering I've had the heavy pack. So I think 69 out of 73 miles is good going. And today has been, scenery hasn't been great, it's just been fields and along the river. Unlike the last couple of days where the scenery has been absolutely spectacular. So right, shave, shower, clean up, because the bar opens at 6 for food. So catch up with you again in a bit.